What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we got the new weekly resets, we got the new marketplace update that features new skins for Thor, Hulk, Captain America, well, not Captain America, it's an emote for Captain America, but we got a new skin for Iron Man and Miss Marvel. But two really interesting things. We got our first look at our next gen loading time for this game on the Xbox Series X, and a blog that we are mysteriously waiting for. So we've got a really cool video, really cool topics to go over, news, info, whatever you want to call it. So hey, as always, let's try and crush 13 likes if you're new to the channel by clicking that big red subscribe button below. If you didn't know, does instantly make you a better human being, and it has, my friend, been scientifically proven. But nonetheless, let's dive into this video. So the silence still continues, of course, from the devs themselves. If you have been scouting around on Reddit, on Twitter, any type of social media platform, I'm sure you have already seen loads and loads of people talking about the numbers dropping for the game, but specifically on PC to where it's like below 1,000. Now, this is bad, of course, there is absolutely no doubt about that, but we got some really cool things going on. Now, first of all, on console, the numbers don't seem to be dropping because matchmaking seems to be relatively consistent and very responsive in that, I guess saying, right? But also, we are expecting a blog today at some point. So, first of all, the new marketplace update has happened, and like I said, it has new skins for Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, and Miss Marvel. You also got new emotes for Black Widow and, of course, Captain America. And then the week's reset, of course, are the community challenges, which is defeat 15 million Cairo enemies, low power level priority mission, which is sight unseen, again it's Taskmaster, and then you got Abomination, and that all PlayStation 4 30-day exclusive skins are actually now on Xbox as well. So if you're an Xbox user, that's good news for you. But what's really cool is our friend Greg Miller. Now, Greg Miller done a podcast, a kind of funny podcast, and he actually showcased something really cool because he, I guess, mentioned two key things first of all, right? And it's ultimately that this game kind of wins even if you don't like the game. And what he said with that, which I thought is actually really cool, and it kind of makes sense, right? This game is a live service game, okay? And even if the game is absolutely bugging you like crazy right now, and you basically haven't solved the game right now, or you've, I don't know, if you haven't uninstalled it and so forth, right? There could be two things you're waiting for. A, you're just waiting for next gen, or B, you're simply waiting for the Spider-Man update. Now, what's really interesting that Greg pointed out, and this is actually a really genius, I guess, marketing tactic in some sort of perspective that I do actually think Square Enix will be rolling with. Now, that is one out of two things. So first of all, when it comes down to Black Panther, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, all these DLC characters, even if you hate the game, no matter how much you hate it, you're going to be very tempted to just load the game back up and try it, okay? And of course, their aim as a live service game is to try and just, I guess, bribe you into purchasing a skin of some kind, and that way they get revenue, etc, etc. But that's one thing. The second thing is, a lot of people, when it comes down to next gen, don't forget you're getting a free upgrade to next gen, right? So that's the big win here. But second of all, when it comes down to people like Hawkeye, being a DLC character that people, I would like to say, are more excited for compared to Kate Bishop, if they actually line it up with the next gen release, it would make complete sense, because it's not just then a next gen release. What it actually is hey, we're now putting the game on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, etc, etc, but it also comes with X new character, X new location. In this case, we're actually talking it, I guess, assuming it to be Hawkeye, right? So it'll be, this is going to be releasing on next gen with Hawkeye, with a new location, new skins, whatever it may possibly be, and ultimately, you're just gonna want to do it. Like, if you're a Marvel fan, you're gonna be in a situation where you want to give this game a chance again. But of course, it ultimately depends on the route they're going to be taking, I guess, with this. Now, another real quick thing just to point out is that Greg actually loaded the game up on Xbox Series X just to essentially showcase the load times. And I know it sounds crazy, but I always time the loading screens. I don't know if I'm just the only one that does this, but in terms of how many characters are going to be shown, right? Now, in this case, if it goes from like, I don't know, let's say Black Widow to Thor to Captain America, etc. Typically, for all my loading screens, you see all the characters that are playable right now. But when it comes down to the Xbox Series X, at least, with the load times, I mean, you're only seeing like 2 or 3 characters, which is super quick. But again, this is Xbox Series X, so the reason why I'm kind of emphasizing that is that, I mean, again, theoretically speaking, right, going on all these specs and so forth, it's not going to be a huge difference, but people are saying, you know, PlayStation 5's SSD is a lot quicker, etc, etc. So I don't know the exact numbers, but nonetheless, we still are yet to see some raw gameplay of it with the load times and that, in terms of respawning as well, and not just going through your menu. But what's really interesting is that if it's already fast on Xbox Series X, I'm very curious to see how the difference is going to be when it comes down to the PlayStation 5. But like I said, overall, I think Greg made a very good point with the statement that he made, just simply regarding that, hey, if we're in a bad state, which we certainly are with the game, and the devs basically need to revive it, no matter how bad of a state it is, purely because it's a Marvel game and purely because of the characters involved, and essentially that almost being endless, no matter how you feel about the game, you're kind of just going to be lured into it every single time. Now, I don't know if I agree with that 100%, because I don't think that should be the mentality, at least for the devs. And again, that's why I'm kind of really putting my eggs in one basket here with, of course, the blog update that's meant to be happening. Like I said, as I'm making this video, I don't know if it has gone live when this goes up, but as of right now, it's not. So we've just got these weekly resets and the marketplace update. But I'd like to think that they wouldn't really go with that mentality, in the sense of, well, they don't really, I guess they don't feel too bothered about the game's state, but every time they're going to release DLC characters, it's just a way to lure people back in, because ultimately a lot of speculation states that like 12 months from now, or even 6 months, the game could actually be in a much better position, in the sense of, if you've had a rocky experience personally yourself, i.e. you've lost your, I don't know, maybe your progress in a game, you've lost your skins, the game keeps crashing on you, I guess, then maybe it would have been better to come back to the game in like 6 or 12 months. But again, we just have to wait and see how this is going to go down. But I want you guys to leave all your thoughts on this in the comments below. So that's going to wrap up this video here. If you missed the video earlier today, we were talking about the PlayStation 5 and specifically what the PlayStation 5 has just done that absolutely changes everything. So if you haven't checked that one out, definitely go ahead and check that out. As always, leave your thoughts on this stuff. I know I don't really like to cover all the negative sides of this game as much, but of course that is just what's happening at this moment in time. So we all want this game to succeed, so we just kind of have to, I guess, keep pushing it into the right direction. But guys, like I said, that's going to wrap up this one here. Subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already, and until the next one, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.